Hello folks, welcome back to Holder Flat. So, we're in some pretty testing times right now. There's not much happening. Although, some things have changed around here. It's been very quiet, but I'll explain now. There's only 3 vehicles in the driveway. Yeah. There's MOT time coming up for the BM, and, well, the lights in the dash needed put out. It went in, I think it's coming up on 7 weeks now. It's been away for 7 weeks with electrical gremlins trying to be addressed, but I've got the work van, so I'm in no real hurry, no urgency. As you can see, the B204 Astra is still here, looking rather sorry still for itself. Yeah, but there's been an addition, a big addition. Holder Flat HQ is here. Check it out. Here it is, HEFHQ. Not that long ago I said in a video, well, this year I would love to get my own man cave, recording studio, whatever you want to call it, to bring you more focused content. Well, we're in quite difficult times. I think that needs addressed first, get that out of the way with. The Covid19 pandemic, it's madness. I just hope that everyone out there is taking the correct information in, not listening to all the fake news stories and BS really that is floating about on social media these days, and they're listening to their government health officials. I hope your governments are making the correct decisions and you heed to their decisions and their advice and the temporary laws as such they've been putting in place, and you stay safe and take all measures, preventative measures that you can to look after yourself and also look after the people around you, especially the vulnerable, like elderly and people with underlying health problems as well. I know I have people close to me that I need to distance from, who I would see nearly day to day. Also working on the front line. Big respect to anybody, doctors, nurses, delivery men, whoever you may be, shop workers as well. Massive respect goes out to everybody. I myself am a frontline worker. I'm travelling the country day to day and bringing a service to people in time of need, more so than ever now. So big respect, people. Stay safe as well. So, how did it come about? Well, a friend of mine actually dropped in a conversation. Stuarty dropped in a conversation. Oh yeah, such and such is selling the shed. Oh, what? What size is it? Is it any good? 14 foot by 8. Oh, it's perfect. It's absolutely great. An old friend actually, who I used to run about with in the early days. I gave him a shout. Deal was struck. We went one weekend I met up with a fella, Nathan Loughlin, who does recovery locally, has a flatbed. Real sound guy, done a real good job. Wasn't expensive to pay. Met me at the seller's house. Me and the lads loaded it on, brought it down, and here it is. Russell helped me with the base, get the base all level, and then Covid-19 came along, so everybody's in isolation. And step in my wife, Paula, who I can't believe, she's just been fantastic. You know, anything I've asked, any help I needed, she's been there. She's really mucked in. Like, she helped me lift all the sides up, hold them, screw them in on a windy day. We just need the help of my dad, you know, third person, to get the roof panel, the roof bits on because they were so bulky and heavy. But she's been amazing. Thank you so much.
And I want to talk about the lighting. As you can see, I custom made that. I'll show you now. I wanted a nice glow. I like LEDs. I love LEDs. But they're too in your face when they shine directly at you. So I thought, how can I incorporate LEDs whilst making it just nice? So the offcuts of the roof panels supplied by Solatober Building Supplies locally here. The offcuts were given to me and I added spacers in, just wee bits of wood, and run the LED track down the centre, and it creates this nice, well, I don't know, moody, natural, I don't know what you want to call it, just a nice glow. And it's not in your face because people that wear glasses, you know, there can be a lot of glare, so I'm happy. I just need to get one half of it painted. Yeah, it's nearly there. What's left to do? Well, I wouldn't mind getting a better window. I think if I can get a window that opens would be better, because I'm sure the heat is going to put you out of here during the summer, because I have put a lot of insulation in and it heats up pretty quick in here. Plus once I fill all the gaps too, you know, it's going to really seal the place in. Also a lot of landscaping to go on, to happen. As you can see, the place is a bit of a mess, but there's no point in doing any of that until everything's done in here. So yeah, it's going to take time, but we'll get there.
So, on to the video. Well, we've got no motorsport. We've got, what have we got? We've got our phones, the internet. We haven't got very much. So, what I'm going to do is bring you on a Throwback Thursday. We're going to look at some of the small elements of motorsport and stuff that I've done over the years. One of my biggest regrets would be a sale of a car. The sale of my Mazda MX-5. It was a 1997 UK car with a 1.8 engine, and I bought that car to do some auto testing and lanes rallying in, but well, dreams got ahead of me, and as you'll see, I got rid of it too soon. We go back to 2015. I was attending a car show run by a friend of mine, and he said, "Here, do you want to give this a try? Here's the keys." And just like that, I was hooked on auto testing and rear wheel drive. Now, given this was my very first time attempting auto testing, and probably my first time really throwing a rear wheel drive car around, I was pretty happy with the outcome. So this was meant to be, as this MX-5 came from a work colleague, and it was in great condition. With some upgrades like a hydraulic handbrake, a limited slip differential and a competition clutch. The thing I found most difficult about my first event, well, it wasn't driving the car, it was remembering the route.
Dan Montgomery received the Best Beginner Award. This was his first attempt at auto testing and he improved his times vastly throughout the night.
Best Beginner Award, eh? First night out. Couldn't be bad to it. It was going so well. Well, almost. So with the events off for winter, it was time for a much needed upgrade. Power steering. This was the first event I done in 2016 with the power steering. Unfortunately, this was recorded on a Chinese GoPro from way back when, and it has all recording capabilities of a potato. So this clip here is one I stumbled across on YouTube from the Ultimate Car Show 2016. And here we are a year on, from where it all began, in my own car, loving life. And now for my last video of myself driving the MX-5. It's probably my favourite video because it's zero given. I just love it. I need another MX-5! So there you have it. That was my adventures in the Mazda MX-5, and that's another car I would love to buy again. I need to get another MX-5, whether it would be a Mark II or what. I actually want a Mark II 1.8 SVT 6-speed car, and I'd love to go and do some lanes rallying, because it's the best crack. You know, there's nothing like rear-wheel drive getting thrown about, you know, on a miniature rally stage as such. We'll have to visit that again, go back to the MX-5 days. And from the MX-5, yeah, I was given the opportunity by a well-known Irish rallycross racer, an absolute gentleman, goes by the name of Peter McGarry. He gave me the opportunity, as a thank you for the work I was doing around the Irish Rallycross Championship at the time, to drive a Fiesta Z-Tech at a round in Mondello Park, and I am forever grateful for that. Was one of my dreams. One of my dreams was to line up
on a rallycross grid. It was to compete in rallycross, and my dreams came true thanks to Peter McGarry. He said, you know, you're doing all this work for us at the Irish Rallycross Championship, and as a thank you, he would like to give you an opportunity. So he said, you get your license. He says, you go and get your motorsport license and get your kit together, and I'll supply the car. And well, I couldn't believe it. It was one of the most amazing feelings for me personally. Just the nerves were incredible, but see, as soon as that light went green, oh wow, the feeling. Yeah, that's another thing I'd love to visit again. Rallycross, oh my goodness, it was just, I can't even put it into words. Exhilarating, you know. But here comes the footage. This is on board from Mondello Park. This is my very first rallycross race.
One thing I did notice was Festa the Fiesta seemed that wee bit slower than the rest. Seemed a wee bit underpowered. But I made do with what I had. Needing to find clear air, I went to the Joker in the first lap. And with that out of the way, it was time to get the head down and see what I could do with the little Fiesta. Heading on to the fourth and final lap, I could see a car not far ahead of me. And rallycross is quite frantic. There's short races in the heats, which are only 4 laps. And I couldn't work out whether the car in front of me had actually done his Joker lap. I was taking massive risks, heading into blind dust clouds, not knowing whether a car could have spun in the middle. To my surprise, he hadn't, and that was a place gained. Oh, the back end steps out the very last corner. And as I hold her flat to the finish line, I then realise I've got second place in my very first rallycross heat. I was over the moon. Heat 2 was up next. Starting on the second row of the grid on the inside, I got a very average start. Heading down into the first corner, the rest of the pack piled in. I stuck tight, tried to sneak up the inside, but bang. Whoa. I get the car going again and give it a little wiggle to make sure everything's still connected.
It was a bit mad, wasn't it? That was a wee racing incident in the turn 1 in heat 2, where I think it was Pat's rallycross driver, Brian Matthews. He got turned across. They all run wide, they all piled in. I stuck tight in the inside, and Patch, the racing driver, got a dumped. I think Owen Murphy, rally driver who came along to do a bit of rallycross, he got involved, and there was some crack, you know, it was some hit. Took me totally by shock, but it actually bent the rear axle in such a way that there was negative camber on the rear wheel. The outside rear wheel was a clockwise track, so it was a left hand rear. Got the hit, and it, well, in my head, it actually helped when you heeled the car into the corner. It actually helped the handling, you know. It nearly made the tyre sit on the ground on hard cornering. It it wasn't that bad at damage, to be honest with you. I was quite impressed. The car held up really well. But yeah, rallycross, wow, madness. If anybody wants to join motorsport in an exciting way and have great crack, look at the Irish Rallycross Championship. Look at Fiesta Z-Techs. They're not fast, but see the close racing, the crack, mighty. Where do we go from here? Well, we can't really go anywhere. It's coronavirus. It's everything up. We all have to stay at home. But anyway, I said that 2020 was going to be my year and that I was going to do great things. And I got off to a great start with the Galway International Rally. That was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, everything's kind of postponed or cancelled, or hey, listen, we'll just take every day as it comes, because the way I look at it, every day you wake up is a bonus, because there's so many people that have lost their lives recently to something so stupid. Well, in my eyes, it is just, it's an awful waste of life. But anyway, we gotta stick together, and what I'll do is I'll put a post on the Holder Flat Facebook page, and I want you to drop in your comments or photos of your previous motorsport experience or current motorsport experience with a picture of your car or motorbike, whatever it is, and we'll all have a wee look and have a chat and keep ourselves sane in this difficult time, because there's only so much space that people have. I'm probably fortunate I have a wee bit more space than others. I can't imagine what it feels like to live in a small flat or something like that, but hey, yeah, go over to the Facebook page, check out that post and leave comments and leave pictures, and we can all have a look and have a bit of crack. Yeah, so I'll try and keep you entertained with more stuff on the HEFHQ. So until next time, hold our flat.